our Industry Dialogue Series. I am Pragya Mishra and I am the AVP of Customer Success and Operations at Courseplay. Courseplay is a 360-degree employee growth platform. So in today's talk, we'll explore how tech-driven training platforms are transforming skill development and changing the learning landscape. And to discuss this topic further, we have Mr. Parin Vithlani, a seasoned learning and development leader with over 20 years of experience in building and delivering training programs across the financial service industry. Mr. Vithlani is currently the Vice President of Training and Development at Svasti Microfinance. Hi, Parin. Thank you so much for being here.
Hi, Pragya. Thank you so much for inviting me for this dialogue. I'm pretty excited to go ahead.
Same here. And before we start talking about the main topic, could you tell me a bit more about microfinance?
Sure. So I know, pretty sure that microfinance is such an industry which is like a little unknown and unfamiliar. So I would like to talk about this industry a bit. This is a industry which is working in a very niche kind of a program wherein we are primarily into social in nature. So we help all the working women who are in need of small money to uplift themselves, have a better livelihood. So we fund them in groups.
Great to know that. And I'll just like to extend what the introduction that you've given, and you've given us a brief about the work that you're doing. It actually leads me to the question that, in your opinion, considering the transformational impact that microfinancing is doing, how has the tech-savvy skill training platforms changed the landscape of professional development in this reference?
Pretty much, the tech-savvy skill training programs have got a transformational impact, in our professional development in so many ways. So if I name a few, first is that as compared to the traditional days when I used to train in 15 years back, traditional mechanism of classroom training. But now things have changed, especially when we have seen the COVID affected days. Things have changed, and we have adapted a few things after that permanently. So we thought that after COVID we might be coming out of completely a virtual environment, but no, we still adopt virtual environment, not 100%, but yes. But the traditional mechanism is still there, the classroom training mechanism. So coming to the tech-savvy training platform, how it makes it and making a lot of difference, I'll tell you. First is the reach, the global reach. It is very fast. When we have platforms with high quality educational mechanism, we can outreach a lot of good spread as compared to the mechanical traditional methodology. So, okay. Then we have we can design a lot of content at personal level. For example, if we have a batch of a particular certain product or a certain interest, we can design the product and we can shoot on the platform according to their interest. So what they like and how their experiences are in future, what they want to learn in future. So we can design their programs as per their learnings, as per their personalization level. Next is what I feel is very cost effective. Now, as I told, we are microfinance industry. Especially microfinance industry are operating in very, very tight budgets. Our OPEX, our operating expenses are very high. Okay. So our savings are very less, wherein we have to run the entire show of giving salaries, offices, rents, all the expenses that we run in the organization, make profits out of it. We get these platforms in very low cost. Okay, so it is so cost impact effective for a company. So if we use this platform in the right way, I'm sure it is a blessing for everyone. Then we also can shoot topics, training content in various ranges. For example, if you want to have a range of technical trainings, we have soft skill trainings, we have industry specific trainings, we have compliance related training, we have different product training. So we can launch everything under one share. Okay, that's a very good mechanism.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I feel, these are the pretty important changes that has come up in due course of time, what I see in my journey.
Right. Some very interesting points there, especially the one about, flexible learning that you said, something that we call anytime learning. So this is
Yes.
basically employees learning at their own pace, at their own convenience, at their own location. So there are learners who are probably at a warehouse and they are taking a break and they are doing the learning, or they are at their homes, or they have designated learning hours that they can spend their time on. So your last point about the range that you mentioned, that you can also provide a lot of range, like it can be technical skills, it can be soft skills. So how do you think businesses incorporate these platforms into their training programs?
Good question. So here in our business, if we talk specifically, we have ranges of training program that we provide to business teams in order to not only develop the individual in terms of product, but also skill level. They want to enhance their employees in skill sets also, so that they can not only perform in this organization, they can go anywhere else. If they have a good skill quality, they can work and they can utilize those skills anywhere else. So we provide various online training, onboarding training program, like induction training program. We have a stringent 5-day induction training program that we have loaded on our platform. So we have soft skill training programs, wherein we launch every quarter one particular program. We take feedback from our employees, what kind of skill development that you need, so apart from your normal product development. So they give us feedback, and accordingly we design programs and we launch it on the platforms. So we, for example, in our organization from last 1.5 years, I'm launching few soft skill training programs like communication skills, email etiquettes, grooming, how to be dressed at work, okay, etc. People are loving it, and we don't talk anything about business in those kind of training. So people are more excited to learn something new. Okay. Then we also provide business blended learning modules. So some hybrid training, some partially in class, partially online, giving them assessments, regular assessment, throwing them assessments to have a temperature check on how people are performing. For example, if my business head comes and say, Parin, I want to know whether this particular policy or these ranges of policy that are very important for me to follow, are they aware or are they following the same thing or not? How do we do that? I immediately launch an assessment on that, and I have a lock-in time. So for example, if I create a 20 questionnaire and throw it to all 2000 employees, I have a deadline. I'll say, boss, कल शाम को 6 बजे तक सारे लोग ये टेस्ट अप्लाई कर देने चाहिए. By 6 o'clock, I have a closing windows. Automatically, those windows will be closed and they will not able to access those tests. So everything we have, we need to know how we can help them in business. So they immediately we get a report. We get real-time reports. So for example, if I open the test and I write the options and I say submit, I immediately get a reflection in my MISS stating Parin has scored 18 out of 20, and which are the questions that he has marked wrong. So my business team will also throw an analysis, which kind of policies where people are making mistakes, so we can run a training program on that. Okay, so this is like very beautiful thing. It's an interactive thing. We give them something, we get something as a training department for future reference. Then coming to real-time analytics, we have a lot of analytics coming in from these platforms. For example, if you want to know, for trainers, I have 6 regional trainers covering 8 regions pan India. If I want to know man hours of a trainer, like how many trainers have conducted how many hours of training every month, we can compare month on month. We can compare the training capacity, trainers' effectiveness, trainings, outreach, how many classroom training the trainer has conducted, how many online training the trainers have conducted. So I have lot of data to research and give feedback to my trainers. I have lot of data to research on my business teams and give it to the business team back again, which is not possible in ancient times.
Right, right. So what I'm understanding from your point here is that the accessibility that you have to the result and reports of the activities that you're conducting is what is helping the businesses incorporate these platforms, right?
Yes.
And what do you feel are the key elements in the data and the reports that you get that help you drive this further? Like, what can you convey to your own teams to pass on this information and to be able to, like you mentioned, right, that they are able to see how many of training hours have been conducted, which trainer has done what kind of training. So what are the key elements in the results that help you personally drive this?
To my team?
Yes.
So as I told you that we get a lot of reports in front of us. We get a lot of analysis. So for example, if I have 8 regions and I've conducted an assessment, and I can see that a particular region, for example, Rajasthan employees, people are scoring less in terms of policy, knowing the policy. So I will hit the
Right.
Rajasthan trainer immediately and say, boss, तुम्हारे बच्चे लोग को basic policy नहीं पता है. Maybe you have trained it right, but maybe they are not able, they lost it. They don't remember it. Why don't you conduct a refresher training on these policies? And fix that hole, right?
Yep.
Okay, so likewise, I can also go back to the business and say, what Rajasthan के employees grasp नहीं कर पा रहे हैं ये policies का हम refresher training कर सकते हैं if you want. And next time onwards, we will also focus more on Rajasthan team because we know that there is some lag. They don't understand better. They need some additional support. Okay, so we got a lot of feedback, continuous feedback from these mechanisms of where we can hit and we can, where we can close the potholes where we have or gaps that we have in our system.
Right, makes sense. So this is one geography that you spoke about. What are the other demographics that organizations should consider when they are implementing learning and making it accessible?
As I said, again I'll repeat, flexible learning options is the one thing, self-paced learning that we need to adopt to. We need to give them space to learn, so that they can learn in their own space. Okay.
Yeah.
Because every learner has a different pace of learning. So in that, for example, if we talk about a in-class training program, we have a 5-day program. We are expecting all those 20-25 people to learn in the same pace. Actually, they don't have the same pace. Okay. So that's the reason if you see that one person is not scoring high in an assessment after the training is completed, one person is scoring less. But if we run self-paced training programs on the suchline platform, then boss, I can give you 1 month to complete this entire program and give this assessment. So he can do it at his own pace. Okay. Then we should also give them multiple formats to provide learning material. For example, give them videos, give them text, give them audios, interactive content, so that every kind of a learner can gather that interest to learn. Because if some person don't understand the text, some person can understand videos, some person can understand easily by audios. Okay, some person can understand directly with the presentation pointers. So we need to cater all kind of various candidates who need to have various understanding levels. And I told you we should provide them mobile access. We can give them paced learning, their own paced learning. We can also give them time and mobile friendly, because everyone is mobile freak these days. All capsule learning. Everyone is fan of reels. So we give them short bit-sized learning to them. That's kind of thing that we can provide. Another important thing is that what we offer also is offering them training content in multilingual, in local languages. Okay. Some person is very, very strong in terms of learning, but when it comes to English, he steps aside. So what I'm doing is me and my team always focus whenever there's a content to be prepared, we prepare content in all languages. So when I hired my trainers, when I asked them during my interview programs, saying that, do you know how to convert the training content from English to your local language? Because he's a local trainer out there. For example, if I hired a trainer in Tamil Nadu, he's staying in Chennai. So I'm expecting him to convert those programs from English to Tamil language, and he does it
Yeah.
very fluently. I give him a task, in 24 hours I have the content in Tamil. I place them on platform. So I give my learner that experience that he can easily understand his local language by reading on the screen.
Right.
Localized content.
Right.
Okay. My trainer also trained them in local language. My presentation also, he flash it in front of them in local language, so that when a person talks in local language, shows the local language, the interaction between the
Correct.
two increases.
Correct.
Yeah. So here I ensure, because I'll tell you what my employees are, my field level employees. Out of 2,000 employees, 1,600 people are field staff. Okay. So 1,600 people are field staff, and those field staff are 10th pass, 12th pass, college dropouts.
Yeah.
Okay, and they are giving me a remuneration. They are giving us our bread and butter.
Correct. True.
Okay, so I need to ensure that they are in the maximum comfort zone when it comes to learning.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a very important point, because what we have also seen in our experience is that you might push English language once or twice, and then there will be a resistance and there will be a disconnect between the learner and the language, because they immediately they just can't relate to the content that is there, even though it is top notch. So this is a great point.
It's a failure. Even if you prepare a top-notch content, if you don't give them that comfort in their local language, it's a failure, what I feel.
Yes.
And I forgot one important point. Even my assessments, after training assessments, are in local languages.
Yeah.
So that they can score the best.
Agreed. This was a wonderful point. I also like the point about bite-sized learning.
Yes.
So this is again something that we are also working on, called micro learning, which is like 2-minute snippets. You can quickly read and complete. Yeah.
Everyone relate everything to Instagram's reels right now. So
Yeah.
nobody's ready to read large content. Even right now, if you get a WhatsApp message which is a read more option down, nobody will click on read more. Yeah, nobody has that time.
Yeah. Attention span is very limited. So that's great that you are catering exactly to that. And again, now that we brought up the topic of Instagram and reels and short attention span, what do you think are the other key trends that are shaping the future of tech-savvy skill training platforms?
What a first important thing is right now in trending is AI and machine learning.
Yep.
Okay. So even I, as a head training, sometimes need AI's help to know some more, know what is happening now in a very quick span of time. So that AI only can help me, because earlier when I used to research, when I used to make a presentation for my management or some communication module that I need to create, I need to create with a lot of patience, a lot of time, a lot of energy, efforts, days to it. But right now I know I can with help of AI I can develop content within days, within hours, in fact. Okay. So AI is a game changer in future for us, everybody, especially in the training fraternity. I know it is a little scary also in terms of losing jobs, but then what I feel is we have to bag what we have, and we need to upgrade ourselves timely, otherwise we'll be left behind. So first thing is that we need to get accustomed with AI, because it also analyzing a lot of learners' behaviors, preferences, everything, and we can make tailor-made courses for them. So it's a lot of helpful thing, what I feel. Number one. Number two, again, I told you bite-sized content. That's a very, very important thing that is coming in. People don't like theories now. Okay, people want quick thing to be told, and within a fraction of a second the message should be conveyed. Now you see how creative the television ads are. In the 30 seconds they need to convey what they want to do, right? So and an Instagram reel, if someone wants to convey something in an Instagram reel, he has 15 seconds.
Correct.
So we need to figure out bite-sized learning in such a way wherein we need to give them best in very short span of time.
Yeah.
Okay. So next thing what I feel is again on-demand learning. Okay. We bite-sized learning and on-demand training. I correlate because we need to give them what they want. Okay. But in bite size. It won't work. So we need to give them training in very faster way and their convenience way. Next, what I think is this training is sensing out more. I can see smell more is gamifications. Okay, which is again not relevant to my industry because so gamifications is a very costly affair as compared to a normal LMS. Okay, but still it plays a very critical role. Okay, now it's trending a lot that it creates healthy competition within the organization. If we have a gamification format, engage them, motivate them to play that particular game and earn badges, leaderboards, and score, see their names in the leaderboards, challenge the peer in other branch also, in other location who is doing well, and compete. So all those schooling days and colleges days back that we used to compete with each other, those things are back in the work environment also. Okay,
right.
But in a gamification way, let them. Learning is again a push strategy most of the time. We need to push them to learn, but these kind of atmosphere pull them.
Right.
Okay, so we need to create such environment where they get pulled or compelled to play or to do that particular activity.
Right.
Okay, so again, and AI powered assessments and feedback. Again, as I told you that we have continuous feedbacks and assessments are getting thrown back from the system. That gives a lot of data to us. So we need to analyze those data because that is now very quick. Earlier we used to hire a lot of analytics people that मुझे ये करके दो, इसका मुझे क्या impact आया मुझे बताओ. But now in a fraction of a second people can get the AI generated reports and through assessments and feedback, and they give that pie charts and bar charts in a fraction of a second. About, hey, this is the where you lag, go and do this.
Yeah. So this gamification point that you were mentioning just before this, infographics and visual representation of data, I feel this has already been there before AI has also come into picture. So what were the other ways of engagement that you feel have already been there in the learning and development industry where you would try to increase engagement even if the factor of gamification was not there?
So in my industry, we can't afford gamification as of now, as I told you. So we have simple programs, we have simple trainer-led programs, motivation. We have we develop content wherein we have a lot of engagement. Like we have games in the training sessions. We have debate sessions, GDs, group discussion. Those are traditional way, which is always very powerful. Okay, to engage them. So what I feel before gamification, these were the patterns that we used to follow, and I'm sure right now also a lot of trainers are following these patterns. When you pay some programs and go outside and learn external training, you see a lot of games being played in the sessions, and people are getting engaged, and people are getting hasi mazak mein they learn. So fun with learning.
Yeah. You could call that traditional gamification, where AI is not a part of it, but you're still motivating your learners.
Yes.
Great. I think I have learned a lot in today's session, especially the part where you said, the accessibility of information to data has helped you also chalk out plans and create development programs with your trainers. Bite-sized learning again, which is so important, also known as micro learning. these were some very vital points that you have helped us understand on understanding how being tech savvy and how it has been inculcated in the training programs. It was great speaking to you, Parin. Thank you so much.
Same here, guys. So this experience with Courseplay was amazing. Hope I get another opportunity talking on some other topics now someday. And thank you for getting in touch with me and giving me this opportunity. And thank you so much.